Go to buyraycon.com/YKWD today to unlock exclusive deals for up to 20% off. I'll say that again, 20% off your Raycon order. But hurry, this offer is available for a limited time only. That's buyraycon.com/YKWD to unlock up to 20% off your Raycon order. Buyraycon.com/YKWD. What's going on? It's Robert Kelly here, and I want you to join my Patreon. I got this.
Why is Andrew Schultz sitting like a lesbian?
I got that.
Take a look.
This too.
Oh, what's in the box?
Dude. Oh, whoa. I've been waiting months for this. And check this out. Oh, no. All right, we have a special guest coming in. Your background, what is that?
Hold on a second. Somebody's teasing me. Hold on a second. That's not my fault. Okay, sorry.
This is on there.
I think we definitely empowered trolls. We gave trolls a template for how to nail each other.
And this.
Less titty challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Did you break your bed? It don't matter. I think that's it. Nope, you get this too. Dude.
It's always been fun to be friends with you doing stand-up comedy all these years.
So hit the button, click it, patreon.com/Robert Kelly. You'll thank me later.
Patreon.com with Robert Kelly. I talked to Uncle Junior Johnny Sheck the other day. It's good for business.
I want to tell you about a amazing company that me and my wife found. We've been going to New Hampshire for the last 30 years, vacationing, and we love it up there. We've been renting, and we've been a guest, and we've always wanted to own, but we couldn't afford it. It was just out of our reach until we found Tiny Homes of Maine. This company is amazing. It's a husband and wife. It's a family-owned business, and they make the most amazing tiny homes on the market. They're built to withstand Maine winters, and they look amazing. They're fully customizable, and they have 3 different sizes. You should check them out. If you're thinking about, having a second home or maybe downsizing or, just having an office, go tiny and go to Tiny Homes of Maine. The company is amazing, and they help you every single step of the way, from finding the right one for you, from making it from the ground up, and to finding about the laws in your area and financing. You couldn't go with a more amazing company and a more amazing family than Tiny Homes of Maine. Yeah, baby. We're starting the podcast right now. We're back. You know what, dude? Live. Welcome, everybody, to the show. YKWD. I started social media and podcasting. The fact, the YKWD podcast. YKWD's back again. Old school, back in the day, where it all started. Before them all. YKWD's podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules. Shut up. You're ruining this.
Where's the propaganda, man?
Sorry, it's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR.
That's what this podcast does.
Is there any better show? This is the original. And here we are. And Colin is out of his frame. And who is that?
Me.
From when?
Oh, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. I want to know whose creepy fingers around your neck. Whose thin little Irish fingers around your neck.
My friend Lou, who died.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That helped. That brings it right down. Welcome, everybody. You know what, dude? Podcast. We are streaming. We have the studio. We're back in the studio. But for this very special episode, we have to do StreamYard because this man has low T cells and apparently gets COVID anywhere he goes, other than his house, the theater, and 9 bakeries near his house.
Yeah.
He can't. He's not allowed to do podcasts anymore. Is that correct?
That is correct. Although I did have to go to Barstool Sports yesterday, and I felt like I may have gotten COVID from that place. They need to clean it up a little bit.
You went to
I told him
Barstool.
as much.
You
Yeah.
did Barstool. Whose show did you? KC?
KC, yeah.
Good guy. Like him.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Yep.
So you wait a minute. You went to Barstool.
Right.
Hang on. Which is an open building. Everybody's everywhere. Not everybody's vaccinated.
No.
It's just everywhere. I mean, it's all over the fucking place in there.
How do you know not everyone's they're all vaccinated there?
And then you go in the Comedy Cellar where you can't even walk in the building without being vaccinated. Right. Everything's cleaned every day in the studio with just me and you.
Yeah.
I have to do this, like you're in prison, and I'm doing a CNN report. Fame is a motherfucker. Fame and power is a mother.
It's not fame, it's power.
It's power.
Why do you call it reach?
Whoa, fuck you and your reach. I'm your friend. What about a hug? What about a hug?
Let me tell you something.
Right.
You know I hate podcasts. I've done my disloyalty is maybe do this podcast like 15 times. I do Boswell's Wars once.
No, listen, we can't go back. This is why you have the blood of a Sicilian, because you're as soon as an argument comes up, you're into it. You already have your whole plan ready to go. Listen to me.
You're not? I like that you positioned yourself as like, hey, you guys get hot under the collar. Me, I just like to relax and live life like it.
But I'm saying is that
let's get to it.
No. I want to fucking deal with this.
Fine.
I want to fucking deal with fame. I want to talk about fame. I want to talk about, you call it reach.
But, well, in this case, it's not because they're famous. I don't know Barstool Sport. It's because they have reach. So my publicist said, listen, I think you should just do this. Go in there. I go, I can't. You know me. I hate doing all podcasts. I told them yesterday that I always tell you how I hate doing podcasts. You know what I mean? And so then I was like, oh, screw it. But I didn't realize it was a hotbed of viruses in there.
No, I made that up. I said that just to twist you.
Just to win the argument? I
lied to win the argument. But that's the good thing about me is I will admit my lies.
That's good. That is good. Most people won't.
I will admit it almost awkwardly soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was pretty early, but it was good.
It was maybe too early in the podcast itself. But it really is. It's funny because, did you tell your publicist you were doing this show?
Yeah.
What'd she say about this show?
Nothing. She just said, oh, yeah, you and Bobby Kelly.
Oh, so I'm like a cousin? Oh, yeah, your cousin Mike. Oh, good guy. Anyways, going down and risk COVID with fucking Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Maybe we should go over the list of things I've turned down.
What does that mean?
During this publicity run.
Okay, let's go over that list.
I can't. It's too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I'm pissing them off twice. Okay. When I turn them down, and then when I'm bragging about turning them all down. I don't want to goad people.
Right, well, you had a fun time yesterday because that's a fun podcast.
Yeah, it was fun.
Here's that podcast. You think, this is going to be uncomfortable, or they're going to hit me with a stat. Hey, who pitched for the Red Sox in 1978? And it's like, but it's KC. Is that podcast is so fucking goes by so fast.
Bill Byrne DePaulo would have known that, by the way. Who pitched for the Red Sox in 78?
Yeah, Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe's brother, Mike Lowe. Rob Lowe later pitched for the Red Sox in the 90s. In the 2000. I know exactly. I hate stats, people.
Yeah,
I do. But you're a stats guy.
What?
You're a stats guy.
I am.
You're a stats guy with other shit, not sports.
What other stats would they be?
Movie sayings.
But those aren't stats.
It's the same genre. It's the same thing. It's the same vein.
What you mean? You're saying you hate people that retain information?
Yes. I think I am. I think if you want to
listen, why don't you admit I solve all your problems? Like last time I was on, I solved the fact it's not that you hate Bob Dylan, it's just you hate all the people that love Bob Dylan. because I kind of hate them too.
I don't like them. I will not give Bob Dylan a chance because of the people that fucking fawn over him.
You must be happy that Bob Dylan got a little jammed up. Apparently, he might have been, you know, a bit of a child molester back when he was young. You know.
Are you kidding me?
Well, somebody brought it up from 65. That's a long time ago. But she said when she was like 15, he was a perv to her. And, you know, you can kind of see he's got that voice. It's like, you know, like a lot of, I feel like a lot of chumos have that weird voice. You know?
Yeah, but how old was he? That matters. If he
I
was,
don't know how old she was, but she was young. She was young. I forget how young she was.
If
She
he
was
was-
young where you were like, whoa. Even during the Rocky era, even during like the 60s when the whole rules were different.
right.
That was a big one. That was like when some of them just stand out.
Wow. Oh, 12. Yeah, 12.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah.
But how? Like, if he was 13, that's not really.
No, I don't know how.
You know, if he's an adult, that's terrible.
Yeah, he had to be in his 20s, right?
He was 23.
Oh yeah, that's no good, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, look, kids explore each other. You know, I had sex with a 14-year-old when I was 10. You know what I mean? I mean, am I gonna fucking call? You know, whatever. That's just trying to figure out sex, especially.
You ever talked to him since then?
What's that?
Have you ever talked to him since then?
It wasn't a him. It was a her. Her name was Tawny. She was mulatto, and she was the love of my life.
Tawny, I like that.
And then I found out Dickie Sewell fucked her in front of the rectory.
Oh,
when my grandmother was working there that day in the bushes in front.
blasphemy.
Yeah, blasphemy. And Dickie, good friend, you know, dude, I want to let you know she's a whore. Why?
Laughs for him too.
Yeah.
All right, Mush, thank you very much. Wow. Yeah. So I had to dump my love of my life because she banged my best friend, Dickie Sewell.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, listen. 23 and 12, that's just a holy shit.
That's see the certain stories, even in the wild times when people having sex at 15, 16, 60s was all bets. People went crazy. Just think about it. Here's the 50s, everybody's trying to control themselves.
Yeah.
They went, but the story that stands out still was Mackenzie Phillips fucking her father for like a year. John Phillips.
I'm sorry. From fucking one day at a time?
Yeah. And her father was from the Mamas and the Papas, which is like this happy band. Hey, in fact, I think I've sent you a couple of Mamas and Papas songs. Got a feeling that I'm wasting time. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. People don't know this, that you relentlessly, I think is the word to use, is send me songs. You text me songs. At all hours of the day, I will get a song from you that infuriates me.
No matter what your mood is, when you get that song.
I am either I get mad or I get madder. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For years now, I think you've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Through the pandemic, at least.
Yes, definitely through the pandemic.
Yeah. And Mamas and the Papas, definitely. I didn't know he fucking.
And the best is, oh my God. Well, she talked about it. It's lucky it happened in like the night. Even when she brought it out, everybody was like, whoa. But if it had been today, it would have been like, psychotic.
Right. What happened? Is he still alive or he's got to be dead?
No, I think he's dead.
He's dead.
He's
So,
alive.
wow. And Dylan, what's Dylan going to do? Write a song about it? She was only 12. I was 23, but it didn't matter that much to me. Hey, what about it?
Terrible. The
That was pretty.
the
I mean, that was pretty goddamn good.
that was funny. But I mean, it's but he always seems kind of strange. When you go to the cellar, as you know,
Yeah.
When I first started going there in the 80s,
Yeah.
some of Manny's regulars, and there's still a couple, by the way. One yelled at me and Modi the other day. I'll tell you about that. And then, but some of these old regulars would come in and they'd be like, yeah, Bob Dylan was a scumbag. He was a prick. And they would just tell you these stories, how he used to like just be a dick to everybody and hit the women, hit his girlfriends. And then, and Manny goes, yes, they wanted Bob Dylan to work here. And I didn't like his music. And everyone's like, what, Manny? I remember being at the table. I was like, what?
Yeah.
He goes, and you know what? I still don't like it. So I didn't care.
Yeah. It's
Manny's the only guy that didn't book Bob Dylan.
yeah. He's got taste. He's got taste. Let me just hang on.
I like that.
Yeah, I try to do kung fu and
Sneeze.
use my chi. I like it to come out. Yeah, he was. His songs were poems. I mean, there was one song I heard the other day. I forget what movie it was. And it was just like, I went down the street and had an ice cream and saw a boy and he smiled at me and I said, the sun comes down on Wednesday. It's like, who gives a shit?
Well, I don't know if I get that far, but I mean, I would say that there's some ludicrous interpretation. One of the most insane tone deaf things was that movie with Michelle Pfeiffer, Dangerous Minds, where she's an ex-Marine. She's a Marine.
Right, I get it.
She loves Bob Dylan. Already a Marine that loves Bob Dylan is already a little strange. And she goes into the hood. Whole class is black.
Yeah.
And she breaks through to them with Bob Dylan lyrics. They might say maybe it was set in 1963. No, it was set when they have like 1,000 hip hop artists that they connect with. And she's in there like, I'll break through. Forget about Bob Dylan. And somehow she broke through. That was the most infuriating movie I've ever seen. I couldn't believe it.
Didn't she have to fight one of them too or something like that?
Yes, she did.
She had to fight, yeah.
She has some Marine skills. And if you know what I mean? And like she's not exactly like a big sturdy character,
Yeah.
If she'd reached in a bag and just took a gun out, I would have said, all right, good.
Right.
She's a Marine, she'll shoot you. But she was like put a wrist lock on company's like 6'7", 240 guy,
Yeah, that movie was fucking ridiculous. There was a bunch of movies in that time where it was a teacher making a difference.
Yeah, there was.
The only one that really made sense was who was it? Who was a black dude who just beat the shit out of the kids with a bat?
Oh, well, that was the only one that was a true story. Lou Gossett. I mean, Morgan Freeman and
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, and Lean on Me.
Lean on Me. That one made sense.
Yes, that was a true story in Patterson. Well, Lou Gossett. The reason I said Lou Gossett is not because I'm a racist and they all look alike. I saw you look. It's because he was with John Belushi in The Principal. He was the janitor. You call me a racist? They have a movie about an inner city school and they make him play the janitor. Lou Gossett, who won an Academy Award, and Jim Belushi's The Principal.
What did he win an Academy Award for?
Officer and Gentleman.
He won an Academy Award for that?
I was hoping you'd just move along because I could be wrong. I was hoping. You know how you can lie the first time and you go, what did he win an Academy Award for? Officer and Gentleman. And you go, he won an Academy Award for that, and now I'm under scrutiny. Now my lie can't be mistaken for like, oh, I didn't hear you correct. I said he was nominated. Now it's an out and out lie. But I'm standing here right now. I'm going, yes.
Mush.
I'm looking it up right now. Sorry.
Sorry. Mush needs around 10
I believe it was 1982, Mush, since I'm the master of statistics, as Bob pointed out.
Well, you're not a master of statistics, but you are, I mean, let's be honest. The last 4 specials were about historical events.
Yeah, you're right.
And about things that most people don't know.
Yeah, you were correct, Colin. It was an Officer and a Gentleman.
Okay.
Woo! 1982. Woo!
Mush, do me a favor. Go use some Afrin.
Nobody likes a stuffed nose, Mush.
Yeah, nobody wants a stuffed nose on a microphone, on a hot mic. Colin, you were correct. It was, anyways, yeah, you listen, you have a new thing out right now.
Yeah, it's coming out.
I don't understand what it is. You've never really told me about it. We've never really talked about it. Yeah.
Well, we've discussed all the specials a lot. Like, you're obsessed with my real love of my life. My special I want to do about assholes and bullying. Right. The whole thing about what's bullying, that whole category. I still haven't done that one. I've done it, but I've never filmed it.
I tell you, that's the one I think that would be is fucking almost needed.
Yeah, it is.
I think because I had to think today. where fucking it bothers me too. I'll be honest with you. Like, I know what a bully is. I've been bullied.
Sure.
Now, if you talk stern to somebody, you're a bully. Like, I've always thought a bully was somebody who grabbed you by your neck and told you to do something, you had to do it, or made fun of you and asked him to stop, and he said "fuck you" and kept doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess there's certain types of bullies. There's all kinds of bullies.
There's all kinds of bullies. Like, I was doing this thing about what civilization is. Civilization used to be, strongest survive and they kill you. Civilization means somebody who's 5 inches shorter than you and doesn't have a muscle in his body can yell at you, and you have to take it because he's your supervisor at work. So that can be a bully too. It all depends. There's different types of bullies. You know what I mean?
That made me angry. Just that scenario, that fake scenario.
Yeah, but it's the truth. And so that's basically what that show's about. That show's about the different ways of bullying.
Right. I mean,
what's that?
Cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying, intellectual bullying, physical bullying,
woke bullying,
all of it. But this show has some of that layered in it, but it's really this is more about like what social media has made us into personality wise. Really, that's sort of what this is.
I think to me, as a recovering alcoholic trying to keep his shit together every day, having this social media in my life makes it 10 times as hard as it used to be, because you want to be grateful. You don't want to be envious. You don't want to be, frustrated. You don't want to have all these fucked up feelings. As soon as you go on social media, oh, look at that. And then how did she get that? Oh, he's got a special. Oh, look at that photo with his sold out crap. I was just there. Why don't they wear it's just you spiral out of control. And then never mind the shit that's going on, with people trying to shut people up, and everybody, this one wants to be a woman. This one's a horse. You got to call me this, and you can't say that, and all this stuff. It's so depressing, man. It's so sad. I told my wife yesterday, I'll go, if you see me with my phone for more than 10 minutes looking at it, take it away from me.
Yeah. Well, one of the jokes on my show is about how 15 years ago, if you wanted to go on the internet, you had to go to a cafe, drive to a cafe and buy a cup of coffee and a muffin to be on the internet. And if you were there for more than 20 minutes, people would start looking at you like, what kind of a pervert? What business do you have being on the internet more than 20 minutes?
Yeah, you're a terrorist or you're a pedophile.
What's that?
You're a terrorist or you're a pedophile if you were on.
Exactly.
Yeah, you start walking behind him, like we're trying to get a glance of his screen.
Yeah, because it's unnatural that we should be on the internet for this many hours a day. I look at my thing, it goes, how long? It's like 7 hours.
My neck started hurting, Quinn, because I'm doing this, and then all of a sudden I went like this. I was like, oh my God, I just had my head down like a hooker for fucking an hour, just looking at Facebook videos, little tiny videos of other people's lives, or boat crashes, or waves, or a monkey, or how to make a steak. It just goes on and on and on, and you can't pull out of it.
You can't. It's fascinating, but it's terrible.
It's terrible. It's fucking really bad.
Yeah. But like you said, the bad part is not those videos. Those are the good part, I think. You're watching other lives. You're in Venice, Italy. You're in, you know what I mean? You're in, Central South American jungle, but it's the other stuff.
I don't think that that's good either, because here's the deal. When you want to go to Venice, Italy, you'd find a way to go to Venice, Italy and enjoy it. Now you don't have to go. You can just eat corn chips and salsa on your couch and watch other people that went.
No, I agree. I mean, I just think I'm the guy that just flipped his opinion. I agree. I mean, why you want to watch it instead of experience it? It makes no sense.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know,
You say,
because most people, like a lot of kids, we've lived both lives. We're very, and we're gone. Our whole generation of this is going where we've lived both. We've had no internet, no technology. Right. We rode bikes. We played at parks, and we did illegal shit and tried not to get arrested.
Right.
And now video games, internet, iPhones, social media. We've had both. We've lived in both of those.
Yeah.
Worlds. And I don't know. It seems to, I miss, I feel like this sucks. The other day I was in my backyard and I'm sitting there and the leaves are coming down. It's warm out, but just a little chill. I had a fire going that was blazing in my solo stove. The kids had just made pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns, sitting there with flames in them. Dawn was cooking dinner. You know, I could smell it. And I was looking around and I was like, this is so beautiful. And I took a video of it and put it on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did I have to share that?
Right. Right.
What is that?
Right.
What is that?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I own that and have it and let it go in my brain? Like, why do I have to share that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like sharing it. Well, it's the same as when people tell you a story. It makes it last in a different way. You know what I mean? It's just human instinct to be like, hey, this is beautiful. I'm going to show people, you know, and they'll be like, that's beautiful. What a night. And then, of course, most people, fuck you. I hope those leaves catch on fire and burn you down. I hope you put your hand in the stove, you fucking asshole. Everybody's got to weigh in on everything.
That's the fucked up part about all this is that you have the desire. Everybody has a desire to be, you know, iPhone has put a literal insane photo video camera in your hand, and they've given you these apps that made it idiot proof to make little short films of your life. And then we all think that we're fucking Soderbergh or Ansel Adams, and we have to put that out there to get. I've seen people go, hey, thanks guys and there's like 2 likes. Like I saw people talking on videos and they're like, you know, you guys, you know, and they're talking to these people and there's 3 people in their video chat and they're talking to them like there's thousands.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I don't fucking get it. I don't know what it's not. I'm not saying I'm fucking out of it. I'm in it. Like the other day, what is that thing that makes me have to fucking, like, what did Keith call it? Clout chasing.
Right. Yeah. No, it's really an insane, it's a crazy, crazy thing. And
what was it before the internet? What did we do before?
Everyone lived separately. You know what I mean?
No.
Everyone lived separately. You had no idea. People would come back from vacation and tell you, you know, I was in Utah. So, you know, these Mormons, yeah, I've seen pictures in a magazine. Well, they have this thing, this underwear thing. And you'd be like, get out of here. And then they tell you that story. And then it would kind of be in the back of your mind for a few years. And that would be the end of it.
Yeah. And you'd use that as fucking conversation pieces.
And people wouldn't even... if somebody went somewhere, they wouldn't even tell you over the phone. I remember my sister went to school in Binghamton, New York, and we talked on the phone. What's it like? She's like, I'll tell you when I get back. And then because they have to tell you the story. These people, they live in the country and they do this, and you're like, wow, you know what I mean? Because they go to these truck things. I remember somebody telling me about cow tipping, and I was like, what? And they go, they tip over cows. Now I could probably see 1,000 cows get tipped over in the next 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah, you probably get to see 1,000 cows. You can see a cow get slaughtered now.
Yeah, that's right. Well, my first thing that I loved about YouTube was rat videos. All the rats, I just love them. You know what I mean?
Why?
I don't know. But I used to love to look at rats, like around the corner from the cellar by that McDonald's that's closed down.
Yeah.
Between the McDonald's and the park, I would go with I would take any comedian. Joe Yannetti probably went with me. I'd take them and go, let's go look at the rats. And they're like, what? And you'd go to this, because they love little tunnels. Like they love, those.
They live under the brush there.
Yeah, and they love to go through narrow passageways. And we'd go between McDonald's, and they love McDonald's. So between McDonald's and that little park, you'd see hundreds of them just running back. It was the most horrifying, but you couldn't stop watching. I would stand there for like an hour at like 2 a.m. watching these rats go back and forth. And now you watch them on video, and it's not the same thing,
It's but it's all like, here's a weird thing is last night we're at the dinner table and we're talking about, my lease is up and we're talking about getting a new car. Within seconds I had fucking every Ford, what their thing, and it was like, it's done. Like I know exactly the car I'm getting. I know exactly how much I want to pay for it, and it's done. Where before I remember going to a car dealership with such anxiety because I know that I was about to be raped.
Yep.
I was going to come home with a car I didn't even want. And they were going to get me because I'm a weak person inside and I don't know how to fucking, like, I'm a tough guy when you make me angry.
Right.
When you're being nice to me and you're manipulating me, I kind of fucking turns me on.
Right.
Yeah, there's something about that.
And they probably know, those guys probably know the different types that we are. They're like, oh, this guy wants me to go, I'm an asshole. Oh, this guy wants me to go, they're assholes. Or this guy wants me to go, hey, you're cool. Or this guy wants me to get, hey, you're buying this. They probably can figure it all out after a while, like any job.
Guys, I'm into tech. I have a tech show. Okay. I love the latest and greatest. And Christmas is coming up. It's happening fast. And I always like to give my listeners a really cool gift option for the holiday season. Okay. And you can save big on this one. That's why I love this. Okay. And they'll use it every day. They'll love you for it. Raycon wireless earbuds. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Look at, I got a pair. Mush, my producer, you got a pair. You love them, don't you?
They're great. When I exercise, they stay in my ears. They're awesome.
Yeah, and everybody's got these white things. You look like robots. These things are cool looking. These are unbelievable. I love these. I use them when I travel, on the plane. I wear them around the house with seamless Bluetooth pairing and comfort. Noise isolating fit. You can start listening right away. They hook right up and keep your listening for hours. The audio quality, amazing. Compared to what you get from the other premium brands, except Raycon starts at half the price. Half the price. A new everyday earbud come with 3 new sound profiles, okay? To make sure everything you're listening to sounds the best with just the right amount of bass. I love bass. Boom, boom. I love it. I love when a car goes by with a boom, boom. Isn't that cool? I love that. I love that they give you that option. Different styles of music have different, sounds. And they know that. And they put that technology right in the earphone. Okay, here you go. Raycon offers 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours battery life. You can play these things straight 8 hours. There's also a built-in mic so you can talk to your people, your wife, your kids, your girl, and you can take calls on the earbuds at a press of a button. So this holiday season, get them something they can use. Don't get them a scarf, a pair of gloves, a shovel, a dumb sweater. They can use these for calls or music, for work or play, at home or on the go, or pick up a pair for yourself. Trust me, I have them. You're going to use them every day. Go to buyraycon.com/YKWD today to unlock exclusive deals for up to 20% off. I'll say that again, 20% off your Raycon order. But hurry, this offer is available for a limited time only, and you don't want to miss it. That's buyraycon.com/YKWD to unlock up to 20% off your Raycon order. Buy Raycon.com/YKWD.
But they must hate. Those guys hate it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They hate the fact that everybody comes in. Hey, I know what I'm talking about now. They've had to readjust their whole lives, and you don't even have to buy it for them. And doctors hate it. I know that because every doctor, when people walk in, they're like, I get this pain. I looked it up. Mayo Clinic says it's this, or it could be that, and they're just sitting there fuming like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
Fuck Mayo Clinic.
Dude, I was in with my doctor, and he went on Google. I go, "What? I swear to God, he went on Google." I told him about my foot. He wrote "foot pain ligament," and he just started reading Google. I'm like, I could do that.
Yes, give me the jacket. At least you have the decency to lie to me and go, "Hold on, I'm getting a text from my wife." I was looking up foot.
You know who else hates it? Is the mafia.
Oh yeah, they can't do nothing.
Because every one of them is on fucking on the internet telling stories.
Yeah,
of how it was.
They all have podcasts.
They all have podcasts. Mob guys have podcasts.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me that everybody except one person has a podcast.
Who?
You.
So true.
You've I don't know how you've done it, but you've done it. You've done it.
Yeah.
And people still comment on the Robert Kelly and sometimes Colin Quinn. I just had an email the other day. Someone listened to all, I think it was 11 hours of us.
Right.
Doing it. But yeah, you've kept away from it. Good for you. God bless you.
Just not into it.
No, you're not.
I don't like radio. I was over radio shows back in the day. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even like, even when I did Weekend Update, I didn't like doing it.
You didn't like Weekend Update? You're so good at Weekend Update.
That wasn't the consensus, but thank you. But I don't like that kind of stuff.
What do you mean? What was the consensus that you?
Oh, early internet days. Here's what was funny. The internet just started. It was it was like chat rooms, but it was like before, like early chat rooms.
Yeah, I remember. Instant Messenger had chat rooms.
Yes.
Yeah, you go in romance, 18 plus, all that shit. Yeah.
And one of them was that fat face sucks at Weekend Update. And then it was the first, like I got it early on. I remember telling Patrice and Nick and those guys on Tough Crowd, like, you guys are soft, because I had already experienced just the abuse of the internet by 98, 99.
That's crazy.
He's fat, he stinks, all the and then by the time Tough Crowd, they're like, people hate us. I was like, toughen up, because I was so used to it from that. But it was oh yeah, they killed me. They killed me.
Really?
And
did it
showed it to you those days because it was like unique. And then of course the people in charge start reading that stuff. You know what I mean? That was the early days.
And they take it seriously. They still fucking read it and take it seriously.
They still take it seriously.
I went into an audition, I think it was for UFC something.
Yeah.
For a show on Spike.
Yeah.
And I walked in, everybody was on their phones. I go, what the, hey guys, I'm here. Can you get off your phone? They were like, oh, we're just looking at you on the internet. They were looking at all my social media.
Oh my God. It's horrible. That's horrible.
It's the way it is.
And you can't even go, get off your phone, because they're UFC guys. You can't go, hey, get off that phone and fucking pay attention to me. Because they'll be like, oh, you want me to pay attention? And the rest of them film this guy putting you in a goddamn rear naked chokehold.
Yeah, dude, that's the way it is now, dude.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, look at it's funny too, because they had we were talking about this yesterday. They had the Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And then they had the walkout.
Right.
And then they had Chappelle's answer to them. Right. And then they went back and found stuff on the trans woman that put the walkout together. Right. A bunch of racist tweets towards Asians. It was like, just her smashing I just smashed my phone over this Asian bitch's head. I mean, just her being homophobic and racist.
Right.
In all her tweets. So I don't think there's anybody alive who isn't caught out there somewhere.
That's right. Because
we're all we're all fucked up.
Yeah. 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 It's really insane. It's insane that this is what it comes to, though. You know what I mean? Everything's on record forever. It's the craziest society.
I mean, it's out there forever. I bet you there's going to be there's companies that you can pay like thousands to just go wipe you clean.
There are, but they
Really?
they do that all the time, but they can't wipe you clean.
Why?
Because there's always somebody in some small town that recorded it somewhere. You know what I mean?
There's some piece of shit in fucking Syracuse.
Yeah.
With everything ever said on Opie and Anthony by all of us, categorized by our name.
I don't even bother with that stuff because I'm like, it's all there. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter.
Tough Crowd was crazy.
But it's so funny because but it's funny because the when I was shooting that stuff last week, I was like, this is such an old-fashioned thing to be doing. You know what I mean?
Can you explain what you were doing?
Yeah. So I was shooting so over the pandemic, I started writing these monologues. You know, I'm always, you know better than anybody because you've read my stuff over the years, and I'm always like, hey, I think this is getting made. And I'm always like, oh, and you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, this is it. And then it falls apart. But and it's funny because I've never cracked up from it. It's never made me insane. Yeah. But a little piece just hardens in you every time. So eventually you end up with that bitter laugh that, like, you know, your twice divorced aunt had, where they're like, ha 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 ha, when they go, I think I'm in love. Ha ha ha. Their daughter's like 19. Why are you laughing at me? Ha ha. That's how you get. Right. But so anyway, so I started writing these monologues, and I was like, you know, I'm obsessed with people in a certain way. So I wrote like 30 of them. So then this guy, Vinny Piazza, the actor from Boardwalk Empire, Lucky Luciano, he reads them. He goes, we should do these, you know. And I go, yeah, which everybody says, you know. He goes, listen, I'll get the crew. I was like, sure. He puts together this crew of people. He puts together all the locations. He turns into a producer, starts putting down all this pre-production stuff, puts it all together. So me and him put up the money. You know, it wasn't that much money. And he got the DP, he got all the lighting, the sound, all people he knows, all doing it for almost nothing. That's why I was talking about this last week. Remember talking about how enthusiastic everybody in show business is. Everybody in show business except two people have a shit attitude: comedians and musicians.
Yes. Musicians
pretend they don't have a shit attitude. At least we admit we have a shitty attitude.
Yeah, we're just shitty. Yes.
Actors are the friendliest, and screenwriters have a shit attitude too. Writers have a shitty attitude.
Yeah, right. Well, because writers think they're better than everybody.
Yeah, writers, comedians, and musicians. Right. But actors, these people, and these camera people, all the production people, they're all just like, we love this. We love this. So Vinny and Catherine Narducci, who's the greatest.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Her stories alone could be like 5 movies. Just her childhood alone. She's telling stories when she was 7. I was crying with laughter. They were so great.
And who is that?
Oh, she was she was in the Bronx Tale. She was the wife in the Bronx Tale. And she was Artie Bucco's wife on Sopranos, Charmaine.
My favorite.
Yes, I showed her your text.
She was what did she say?
Oh,
really? She was the prettiest out of all the Sopranos. Why? There was
beautiful
Richie's wife, right? Was it Richie? No. What was
Christopher?
Christopher's wife was, of course, beautiful. Wow. I liked her better than Christopher's wife, Adriana.
Yeah, she was.
And then who was the first boss that died from cancer?
I can't remember his name.
His wife was hot too. Remember something Junior?
Jackie Aprio.
Jackie's wife. Jackie Aprio's wife. She was hot.
When was she on?
She was on the whole thing. She was coming out. They went to Paris together.
Oh, yeah. She was hot.
Yeah, she was hot,
Yeah.
but number one was her.
He had a great, the wife had a great voice.
Yes. Yeah, calm. Right?
That
Calm.
raspy voice.
Yeah, calm. Why are you gonna bring this up in Paris?
Yeah.
It's depressing. It's morbid. Yeah,
Yeah.
she had a great rack.
By the way, I was rewatching it right before the Many Saints of Newark, and I was like, why did they go to Paris? There was no reason for it. None. Whoa.
Wow.
And then afterwards, they come back from Paris and they go, how was Paris? It was amazing. And it's like, why? Why was that trip? I don't begrudge them, but I'm just saying it had nothing to do with the show whatsoever.
Well, she had to go to Paris.
Why?
Because she had to get out of there and go do what she's always wanted to do, that Tony said we do, and we never do. He always lies to me. He always says this. He always says that. Fuck you. I'm going to Paris. We're buying bags, and you ain't coming.
Well, guess what?
What?
Here's why I should be in charge of a show like that. Obviously, I'm not his level, but here's where I'm better. Because I would have had to get to Paris and do what you really would have done. Called Furio and said, I'm in Paris. Fly over and let's do this.
Oh, yeah, dude. Wow.
Right?
Yes. I didn't even fucking think of that. I wouldn't even have thought of that. I would have said, get your ass on one of those planes.
Yeah.
Get over here and eat this fucking Newark fucking pussy. Yes. You know, he would have been there in fucking an hour and a half.
Yeah.
He would have gotten a gondola and fucking been there.
Yes.
Oh my God. Why didn't she? That's the one thing. Uncomfortable. She always had uncomfortable everybody except for Furio.
Yes.
Yeah, the priest. Guys, stop. I'd rather see the priest fuck around with AJ than fuck around with Carmella.
Yes.
You know, the construction worker, it's like, come on, leave the guy alone. His wife just died. Carmella, you lonely broad, leave him alone.
Yes. Yes. But
Furio made all the
He's in Paris. It's 2 hours.
Oh my God.
That's what they should have done. By the way, nothing's better in the history, speaking of construction, than when, what's his name? Her boyfriend, the girl daughter's boyfriend, comes out of the porta potty and
Vito,
he's 2 inches.
Hey.
2 inches from his face.
Hey, you like the Yankee? No, the Mets? You're going to the fucking game. Woo!
One of the best moments in the history of anything on TV ever. Fuck you. I mean, and that kid was funny.
Yeah.
Perfect casting, that kid. And Vito's right in his face. He always Hey, Finn. See, you like a racehorse in there. He comments on his piss stream.
How uncomfortable was that? He was listening to how big his hog was. Ah, boy.
The greatest.
Yeah, that was.
The saddest was when he got killed. And then, what's his name? Phil goes, believe me. They go, we loved him. He goes, I loved him too. He was like a brother-in-law to me.
He goes, what is it? Let me tell you one or three things.
Oh, I remember that damn expression so much. Couple of three
things was my favorite. That's it. Couple of three things.
I mean, that show was one of the funniest shows ever.
There he is. God damn it. And people shit on the acting. I like that they weren't great. They came across genuine.
You know, it's funny you're saying that because here's the thing. Like Paulie Walnut, like these guys, there's a life inside them that just came out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't know enough to not just to kind of be who they are.
Yeah.
And that's interesting to me.
And who shits on the acting? I thought the acting was good.
Now, some of the acting, Richie Jr. was stupid. Tone. Yeah. There was a couple.
I love that kid though. He was just such a cocky little asshole.
Who's banging out Tony's daughter? Let me ask you a question. So you had this lady. What's her name again?
Catherine Narducci.
Catherine Narducci. Bring her up. I mean, she is gorgeous. But so what are you doing? You wrote these monologues. How many
monologues? We shot them in different locations in the Bronx. No, just 2 of them.
Okay.
Just 2. But in different locations. It took 3 days. Different locations in the Bronx. So getting the location. So she's helping us with all. She knows everybody. She's like talking to this one, getting us everything. We got a church. We're getting everything for like just great for nothing, And we just work. We get up, get 5:30, 6 in the morning every morning. Just shoot it, like you said. It's a different energy than comedy, but it's nice to do it, So then we shot these monologues, and now we're going to edit them, and then bring them to certain places, see if they're interested in doing nothing. But the beauty of today is if everybody turns it down, put it on YouTube because it's good stuff. It's interesting stuff,
Hang on. I'm so sorry. God. Hang on.
Dun, 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 dun. I like the opening song to StreamYard.
What do you mean?
They have a great song when you're waiting.
What is it?
You'll have to play it. It's been almost an hour. I forgot all about it, but I was like, this is a real catchy tune.
Rich keeps calling me. Rich Vos is calling me.
Let me ask you something. Put him on.
Hello? Hello?
Rich? Rich?
Rich. Are you there, Rich? Hello?
What's wrong? Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm doing YKWD live with Colin Quinn right now.
Whoa, man. How did you get Colin?
You son of a bitch.
Believe it or not, he's a hard get. He doesn't do podcasts unless you have what was the word you used?
Reach.
Well, there you go. Bobby's got a hot podcast. You're a hot commodity. Did Tim Gage drive you to the podcast so you can get both of them?
He's in his house. He wouldn't come out of. He doesn't do podcasts in studio. He's not allowed to go to a place because he got COVID twice. Unless you have reach. He did Barstool yesterday.
Let's not be passive aggressive about it. Drop it.
So he's calling you from Staten Island, his home in Staten Island.
He doesn't live in Staten Island. It's Colin Quinn.
I know, but he's so far south of Manhattan, he might as well be in Staten Island. You fucking joke block. You stink. What do you call it?
Let me guess. You're home and you're lonely because it's raining, so you can't play golf.
No. Let me tell you something, Ben Franklin wannabe. I'm in Las Vegas right now, and I could have played golf, but I canceled today because I have other important things to do.
Like what? Like what?
I'm going to walk to Target and get my...
Blackjack?
No, I'm going to walk to Target, get my supplies, food for the week.
Sex toys?
I eat them. What's that?
Nothing.
Did you said sex toys?
Yeah.
Sam? Hey, Sam, did you say sex toys, Sam? Oh, my God. This is, you know what? I'm going to let you guys go back to your boring, mundane podcast, all right? And
it was not
somebody's been peeking into the dictionary.
Does Bonnie have you on a new word a week regiment? Look, I'm about to become very popular, so you need to get your shit together.
Mundane. Like Tuesday. No, mundane.
You know what? This is...
You're stupid.
This is how...
We were having a very nice conversation talking about all kinds of acting and things, and then you come on, and now Colin's in we're all in mean moods.
Yeah, and you're sitting there kissing Brad Garrett's ass for a week of a mini headliner where you do 28.
Yeah, and Bobby's kissing Brad Lowry's ass. But this is how jealous I am.
Who?
When Bobby was
Go ahead, Voss.
Bobby, this is how low self-esteem and jealous I am. When Bobby was imitating Bonnie, going, "I'm going to be very famous," or "I have things going on," I for a second thought he was talking about himself. I'm going, "What the fuck could Bobby have going on?" Right? And that crossed my mind. Then I realized he was talking about Bonnie, and it all came together. You see what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I'm just talking. They're not all.
What?
They're not all killers.
How long are you in Vegas for? I hung up on
How long are you in Vegas for?
I hung up on him.
Oh, good. Yeah, that was a called for.
That was uncalled for.
No, yeah, but that was great. I'm glad we got Voss as he walks to Target in the sun, in the desert sun.
120 out. He's walking to get nuts, veggie burgers, and some coffee.
Supplies.
He's getting supplies. It's like the only place you could actually still get room service. It's the only place that has 19 restaurants in any hotel you're in, and he's gonna go stock up his hotel room.
You know what? I'm not going to trash him because I do the same thing everywhere I go.
What do you mean you do the same thing?
I go to CVS or Target and I stock up on supplies.
What supplies? Can we go over this? People think.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I buy a mini, like a mini bag of like some kind of like little candles and stuff like that for the room. Because some of these rooms smell. People have been in there for too long.
Okay.
And I'll buy a couple of bags of nuts, even though, so I delude myself I'm not going to eat like a beast, even though I end up eating like a beast. Maybe a 6-pack of Diet Coke, a bunch of bottles of Fiji water or smart water, because, the hotel water's a little and they start charging you like $20. And, you get dehydrated in those rooms. And then whatever else I need, sometimes I get some, maybe a 6-pack of Kind bars, maybe some tea bags. Sometimes you want your own soap. If it's a shitty hotel, they have shitty soap. I'll buy a different bar of soap or something.
What do you do with the soap when you leave?
Leave it.
What do you do with the extra waters?
Leave them.
So everything else you just leave in the hotel room, whatever you don't use, except for the.
Because packing is too much of a pain in the ass. What if it explodes all over your clothes?
So except for the nuts.
Yeah, because if you take liquids on a plane, I don't even know if that's still a rule, but I don't even want to find out. It's enough of a hassle. I still resent having to take my laptop out. Every time they go laptop out, I'm fuming every time.
You don't have to do that anymore if you get clear or TSA.
Yeah.
You should be TSA. You should be TSA.
I know.
It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, I had it. But I don't know what happened.
If you had it, you still have it.
It didn't look like that on my last flight, but who knows? I was in a weird location. Sometimes you get those local locations. They don't abide by the rules of the FAA.
That's not even a real thing. That's not true.
Well, it sounds like it could be though.
It doesn't sound. I can't take you right now. I don't think that your snack pack, or I would call it a snack pack. That is not supplies. Rich Vos goes and gets veggie burgers, buns, condiments. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
He
eats his meals in the room
like a college kid. Like
he does like a hot plate.
No, he has a kettle. He brings his own kettle. He brings his own George Foreman mini grill.
No.
I'm not. Listen to me.
No.
Listen to me.
No.
Listen to me. I was at the Rio. We all went for a vacation together. Me, Voss, Keith, Verzi. Let's all go. We'll be in Vegas for a few days together. We'll have fun. We'll go to dinner. We'll go have a lot of good time, do shows. I go to his room. He asked me if he wanted a veggie burger. And I went, how? And he had a George Foreman mini grill and he was cooking burgers.
Oh, it's the greatest.
Yeah. So that is supplies. What you got was snacks. You got snacks.
He got supplies. But I mean, how could you not love a guy that brings a George Foreman grill on not just on the road doing a gig, but when you guys are going to have like a part time, you're going to go out to eat every meal, bust balls, and he still brings a George Foreman who's just like, fuck it. I don't know what time those guys are getting up. I do things my way. Yes.
Voss takes stuff from places though. Like if he goes somewhere, here's what really fucked me up with Voss. This is what made me, I don't know what the word is, repel him or he disgusts me or like, it just made me like, ugh. We're at the buffet at the Rio and he went and got a bunch of food. And then he got a sandwich and he rolled it in a napkin and stuck it in his pocket.
Yeah, that's infuriating.
I go, is there something wrong with the power grid? Like, is there something that you know that I don't know? Is there an attack about to happen? He goes, no, why? I go, because you just put a sandwich in your pocket like a fucking homeless person.
That's terrible.
I go, we're going to dinner tonight on the club. Liz Noam was going up having steak dinner on them.
A nice place.
He goes, it's for golfing tomorrow.
Oh.
So he takes the sandwich out. We're golfing. He takes the sandwich out the next day, starts eating it.
I mean, two things about that. One is who golfs with a guy that takes a sandwich out in the middle of the golf game and starts eating it?
I don't know.
And here it is a day later. The sandwich is already like dried out.
Yeah.
And this idiot's bringing it a day later. It's wrapped in a napkin. It's not even in tin foil.
No, not tin foil. No, not even saran wrap. No.
Jesus Christ.
No. Here. This is what Voss has done though. It's like Norton with sex. He's pushed the limits so past you're fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't bother you. Nothing bothers you. He could say anything. Hey, it's just Norton. Voss, same shit.
I worry if there's going to be a character in one of Bonnie's movies that is going to force Voss to stare at himself on screen and then hang himself. Because if she has a character that has a George Foreman grill on the road and takes sandwiches and wraps them up, it's not going to be pretty.
Just a lonely. We should make a movie. That's what me and you should write. Yeah. We'll write The Wrestler for comedy. All right, starring Voss.
Yeah,
we let him act in it too.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, he yeah. He has
a thinly veiled imitation of Voss.
Yes,
okay. So he can't sue us.
All right, cool. Who would play John Turturro?
I'm saying John Turturro so he can't sue us. Instead of golf, he goes to batting cages every day.
Yeah, how about Jon Stewart would be better, physically, right? Jon Stewart, right?
Yeah. How about Jonah Hill?
We get Jessica Kirshen to play Voss. Huh?
Oh, it's great,
dude. Oh my God, he is fucking one of a kind. All right, before you interrupted, we're almost done here with the YKWD YouTube version. We go into the Patreon version for a couple minutes. If you want to watch the extra footage, you just go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly, become a member. All the patreon.com people right now, my Patreon people, the ladybugs, I want to say thank you for being a part of that. And I hope you're enjoying the content. And if there's anything else you want to see, please hit me up on that. Colin Quinn is doing another project right now.
Stick around, it's not over yet. This episode of YKWD is continuing now, exclusively on patreon.com/Robert Kelly. See you there.
Colin Quinn, you're the best. Thank you for being on.
I'll talk to you later.
I will see you at the Cellar. I'll be there tomorrow night. Hopefully I'll see you. I love you, buddy.
I'll see you guys later.
And make sure you check out Colin Quinn on Twitter and check out all his stuff. He's got his show coming out. You're going to want to see. You can leave, Colin. You can take.
Bye, guys.
I'm going to be promoting you. Make sure you check out all his stuff on that he's coming out with his tour and everything he does. Cop Show. He's one of the greats. We were talking about that in the JOP party on Saturday. and he is one of the greats, hands down, and as a human being, one of my best friends, and I love him so much. So there you go. I hope this has been a great episode for you, because it's been a great one for me. Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you had a great day. I hope you weren't so politically correct that you couldn't enjoy yourself. It's just a day for us to get together as families and friends, have some good food, and be grateful for the things you have in life. Look around you and put a smile on your face, because it's really not that bad. Right, Mush?
Exactly. It's been great. This year's been awesome so far.
Why did that bother me?
I don't know, but I'm happy this year.
I don't know why the way you said that just made me go, fuck him. I'm kidding.
Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday,
yes.
Saturday.
Yes, it's coming out. This is definitely coming out on
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Sunday. Anyways, there you go. Great episode. Patreon, I want to thank you guys. I hope you're enjoying this extra footage we're doing for YKWD. Anyway, and of course, the Colin Kelly on Friday and the JOP. We have a live from the shed that's going to be being edited right now with the great Rob Dukes from Exodus, and it is going to be available just to you Patreon members. So thank you for being a part of this every month. I hope you enjoyed it. Colin Quinn was awesome. Mush, thanks for doing this. Nicole, thanks for being a part of it. And we'll see you next week on, you know what? Oh, do we have to do something else, right?
Oh, no, we have to do that separately, so let's not break the magic.
All right. Well, listen, do me a favor and go to YouTube too if you're a Patreon. Like, subscribe, and comment. Love you guys. See you guys next week on You Know What, Dude podcast. Later.
You've been listening to the YKWD podcast. Thanks for listening. Now go back to your shitty jobs.